This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
Good morning, everybody. I'm awake because I slept about an hour and a half, and then I just woke up because I have emotional and depression problems. But anyway, what else is new with everybody in the world? I know that New Japan is going down. I made a video about Jon Moxley having to forfeit the title, and I went into that in that video about how it's basically, the guy couldn't get there, I guess, because of the typhoon. That's what New Japan says. But they stripped him of the title just because of the scheduling conflict. Rather than book another match and just have the match go down, they still put the belt on the line with him not there. How do you do that if he's not there? Wouldn't he have the belt? But, so that kind of, we all know that a lot of times they hold the belt still, but and they probably have a second one, whatever the case. Anyway, it's just kind of funny. But anyway, let's get into this cat fight that's going on. This is actually not funny. Quite honestly, this is something I didn't want to have to, I wish I really didn't have to talk about this. It's very uncomfortable. I really love Jeff Hardy. I love Matt Hardy. I think their wives are wonderful too, man. I know more about Rebecca. I love Reby Hardy, man. Reby Hardy is the type of woman you want going to battle for you, man. She's real as fuck. She's crazy. She's nice. She's a great whatever else. I'm just saying, I don't know that much about Beth, but she seems nice too. Very nice. More the quiet one. But they're going down on a full-scale war on Twitter, man. This is insane. Beth Hardy writes, and there's some other things that went on that I'm missing here, but, let's go with this here. Kept my mouth shut for too long. Don't take any info seriously from family when it comes to me or Jeff. Family quotes are BS. Family should have contacted us first before they made a statement to Twitter. Looks like they're more worried about their online presence than Jeff. That was a comment in response to something Reby Hardy posted. And she wrote family in quotations, I think, and that's where this comes from. Reby Hardy does respond to this. Hi, neighbor. His @ is Matt Hardy brand. Also, we live 100 feet away. Pull the fuck up if you got such an issue. God damn, man. Even brother and sister. Brother and sister. Even brothers have neighbor issues when they're neighbors. Down here, Beth Hardy says it was kept private. This person says it's uncomfortable to read. Should have kept that private. Beth Hardy says it was kept private from me because I'm blocked. This is a post I believe that I want to say came from Reby originally, perhaps. Let me see here if I can find out who actually tweeted this. Oh, here it was. Hi, neighbor. We live blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, here's I think this is maybe Beth. No matter how much you dislike him, Matt is still his brother. Oh, yeah, so this is a Reby Hardy response to Beth, who I guess maybe snapped at Matt Hardy somehow or something like that, because Matt might have wrote something somewhat critical of his own brother, perhaps. I don't know what that was. If anybody knows what that is, I would love to see that. It feels like maybe Matt said something about, Jeff has to work through his problems, and hopefully, I'm going to be there for him and whatever. So I don't know what was said. I don't know. I'm making that up. I have no clue what was said. But whatever was said by Matt Hardy, I guess, took offense. And Beth was kind of like, hey, you guys worry about you. We're worrying about us. And then Reby Hardy was like, well, he's his fucking brother, so he can say what he wants. They're brothers. They've known each other before we've known each other. So that's what she says here, I think. No matter how much you dislike him, Matt is still his brother. Here long before your ass and is family, not quotations family, period. Any statement from Matt about Jeff don't need your approval. It ain't about you. I know it kills you to have anyone acknowledge that the facade of a perfect life you try to maintain is a joke, but not everyone thinks the sun shines out of your asses. Beth, and not everyone wants, I read that terribly, I'm sorry, wants to complicate in your protecting and enabling of a man who is well on his way to killing himself or someone else. You're an idiot if you really believe Jeff's actions don't affect Matt. They do, and he has every right to speak his mind on his own brother. Remember, he speaks from experience. Unlike you, we don't run and hide from our issues and pretend nothing is wrong in this house. Matt was the absolute worst, and I've seen how bad it can truly get. I know how the story ends if you don't wake up already. Worry about that instead of what is said to fucking nobodies online, as you so eloquently described their fans. It's not talking shit. It's living in reality and holding people accountable when they need it. Maybe it's time to put the whine emojis away, drop the Twitter stunting, and put that energy into keeping your man from driving fucked up on the streets. I drive with my children before trying to come at a man for addressing his own blood business partner. In short, and as always, mind your fucking business. Holy shit, Reby Hardy is on fire right now. It is what it is. I understand the situation. Beth is just trying to, play down the situation, but try to deal with her in private the best way she can. And, when you're trying to do that, you're trying to say, you're trying to ignore it. You're trying to no-sell it to everybody what's going on, and then behind the scenes maybe you're upset or you're saying things. But it sounds like Matt Hardy has come out and said, no, I want him to get help and stuff, and that's, upsets potentially Beth, I suppose, and then that upsets Reby, that Beth speaks on Matt because she's going to stick up for Matt, and so everybody's upset at each other. I hope that this has a happy ending, and the happy ending, I hope, is that at some point Jeff is ready to completely be clean of all this, and maybe then that gets them all to become friends again, and everybody comes together, man, because I understand defending people and sticking up for yourself and keeping it real on each other. No doubt I would do the same. But as I always like to say, man, sometimes you have a disagreement and you go outside and you throw a couple fists, but after that you hug it out and you go, what are we doing? Let's go have a beer now, and that won't happen again. Hopefully that's the situation here, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, who saw this coming? And it all stems from, it kind of all stems from Jeff. I hate to say that. I hate to put it all on him. You know what I'm saying? But Jeff, I don't know, bro. Jeff, or I don't know, man. I don't know what to say, man. When you're dealing with somebody like this, it's very hard to get over it. I was in the situation for a long time, so I get it. Luckily for me, I kind of snapped out of it because of my kids and stuff like that, and because of just basically knowing that, Leah would kick the shit out of me if I did this type of stuff any longer, or just be like, yo, I'm taking your kids, you're not going to see the kids. So I snapped out of this pretty early on when I was having problems, and so I get it, and I don't know. You just hope that they all come together and eventually one day they're laughing about this. Maybe not laughing about it, but one day they're, talking about this or something on a podcast or behind the scenes or something, and they're all just saying, we were ready to, kill each other and stuff. And, we eventually worked it out, and now we're stronger and friends better than ever. And, wow, we had all these hiccups in the road, and things are so different now. It's amazing. I mean, that's what you hope comes out of it, instead of a brawl. I mean, it's heartbreaking. It is. It's heartbreaking to see two brothers who made a living in wrestling the way they did, have these great homes, be living in, North Carolina, living only 100 feet, as she said, from each other. They should be there to support each other. Yo, I ran out of sugar, want to have a fucking, watch the football game, or want to, I'll bring my kids over, you bring yours over, and instead, now they don't talk, and there's all this weird drama. That sucks. That's crazy. Why is that happening? You got great houses, you got great people from all that I know about them. So yeah, it really is a sucky situation. Probably shouldn't be online, but you can't help it. When one person writes something, then you respond eventually, then they respond, and it becomes a very public thing. But anyway, I'm done talking about a bunch of shit that I don't know about. And the bottom line is Jeff Hardy, hopefully, I love Jeff Hardy, man. I met him a couple times, obviously. Dude, Jeff, you want to do a podcast or something, bro? You know what I mean? When you got downtime and you're like bored and shit, come do a podcast with me, dude. Or let's do a weekly thing, or we'll talk about all this shit, and it'll be a good time. I don't know. I'll come down there. We'll do one there. I don't know. Something. But Matt Hardy also, making a great video with his wife about, what's going to happen with the broken Matt Hardy and where's he going to go. His time in WWE is drawing near. Matt Hardy is somebody who could leave the company, and I believe he could take the broken gimmick somewhere else. Can you imagine the broken gimmick in AEW? A place where it can be cultivated and grown and experienced like it's supposed to be, like it was in Impact Wrestling. Don't know about any legal situations about who owns rights to it. I believe Matt Hardy won the rights to it and then kept the rights to it in WWE. I felt like he wasn't just fighting for the rights to it. I felt like he was fighting for WWE to have the rights to it. He was fighting for himself to have the rights to it, which would explain why Vince McMahon was timid about really putting it on TV and really doing that much with it, giving him the little wink of, here's your little deletion, all right, a couple times with a fishbowl, yes, great, whatever. That's it. They didn't really push him hardcore, and it was kind of weird. It was definitely the WWE version of broken Matt Hardy, and I wish that Matt Hardy would be advertised. I wish that Matt Hardy would go to AEW and he would be advertised as he's broken and all this stuff. And then when he showed up, he wasn't. He was just regular Matt Hardy. He was like, "Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, I know that everybody's been saying, but my condition's back to normal. I feel great. Everyone talks to me about these broken times and this stuff as some kind of entity. I don't know if I really had an entity in me or if I hit my head and, I was acting crazy. But anyway, I'm back, man. I'm Matt Hardy." And, people kind of boo him, and he should really be boring for, like, weeks and weeks and weeks. And then it would be kind of funny if he, like, fell off something or got hit in the head or something happened, and like they did this really theatrical thing with him where he became broken again. I don't know. Something like that would be, I think, a great like reintroduction into that character, because that character, man, is become one of my favorite of all time. But I'm talking about the one that I saw in TNA Impact, and I almost like nothing from TNA Impact or Impact, whatever it's called now. But I just love that so much that I hope that Matt gets to kind of resurrect that again and get a proper run with it, because I mean it kind of ended once he left Impact and some of those independent shows and things like that. Anyway, I babbled on too long. Hope everybody's okay. I hope that, Jeff Hardy, he's made a lot of progress, man. He really has made a lot of progress compared to what he used to be like, and now he has these little snags here. So I think people around him just need to keep being strong for him and maybe kick his ass a little bit or something. I think that's what, Matt and Reby are doing, but I think Beth has a different way of dealing with it, more of a like love, like let me forgive you and love you and like please don't don't do this anymore. We gotta help you, and I think that the Reby and Matt are getting into the tough love phase of things, and when you're not on the same page with each other, that can really breed these problems, it seems like. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Leave it in the comments below. Hopefully Reby and Matt, especially like Reby, because Reby's so tough and badass. You know what I mean? And I don't think Beth is that way. I mean, she's being snarky a little bit and shit, but like Reby's a tough person. I almost, I know that I don't think, I'm not saying Reby started this at all. She may just be responding to Beth, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think Reby should be tough. They should be tough on him, but they also got to kind of like maybe be there for him. I don't know, but maybe that's what it takes. Maybe they've always been there. And so, maybe not being there will wake Jeff up into like, shit, my brother won't talk to me. Like, what's going on? Like, our wives are fighting. You know what I mean? Our kids are missing each other. Like maybe it is that will take that to get it over with. I don't know. There's probably some shrink or somebody in the chat who knows exactly what needs to happen, but I am certainly not that one. I don't know a damn thing about shit almost. I'm a moron sitting in my office basement here talking about other people's issues. So that being said, I love all of them, and I hope they square it away. And yeah, I'm drinking a Mountain Dew, and I couldn't sleep last night, and I woke up just fucked up. I don't know, man. I'm all messed up myself. Must be something in the water or the moon or something right now. I don't know. But anyway, here's some other videos that you guys might have missed popping up right now for you. And have a good day. I'll be back with more. And of course, we'll be live after the after WWE Raw tonight with a review. And it's probably going to be horrible, like usual. My name is Joe Cronin. Hit me up on Twitter at CorruptedPod on Twitter, Instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show, Facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show, JoeCroninShow.net, and Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Shout out to all the patrons out there, the new ones. 14 more, and we're doing a 24-hour stream.